Alexandra, welcome back to Miami. It seems like, how happy is everybody to have you back here? Last year was so special.
Nobody saw the call coming out of Riyadh. Nobody expected the number to be 10 digits long. And nobody, not agents, not federations, not the analysts who build careers predicting where money flows in pro sports, expected the name tied to that number to belong to a 20-year-old from Manila, still learning how to carry the pressure of a Grand Slam main draw. But that's exactly what happened. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund reportedly put a $1 billion offer on the table for Alex Eala, a young Filipina who learned to serve on borrowed courts, who treated rejection on the junior circuit as part of the process, and who went from outside the top 140 to firmly inside the WTA top 30 in a single year that felt less like a rise and more like an explosion. She wasn't one of the polished, pre-packaged stars built for magazine covers and global campaigns. She didn't grow up with sponsors documenting every step before high school. She was a Filipino kid, a product of the Rafa Nadal Academy, a quiet storm that arrived without hype and immediately started dismantling assumptions the tennis world had spent years building. And if this deal becomes real, if signatures land and the structure holds, the impact won't stop at tennis. It won't stop at the Philippines. It will reach every underfunded court in every corner of the world where kids like her were told the top wasn't built for them. Because this story doesn't have a clean ending, and that's exactly why it matters. There's a certain kind of athlete who doesn't announce herself. No dynasty, no documentary at 14, no system clearing the path. Just something stubborn, raw, and almost irrationally resilient. The kind of belief that survives early losses, empty flights home, and those mornings when the gap between where you are and where you want to be starts to feel like a wall. Alex Eala is that athlete. Born in Manila in 2005, she grew up in a country where basketball dominates the culture and boxing creates legends. Elite tennis? That was something you watched on TV. Foreign players, foreign courts, a distant world. There was no clear pathway for her, no reliable funding, no infrastructure designed to carry her to the top. But her father saw something. Her coaches saw it. And eventually, one of the most selective training environments in tennis saw it too. She didn't buy her way into the Rafa Nadal Academy. She earned it. And once inside, she trained like someone who knew opportunities like that don't come twice. The junior circuit told the first chapter. Eala became the first Filipina to win a Grand Slam title when she captured the 2022 U.S. Open girls doubles crown. She stacked ITF titles, climbed to junior world number 1, and the tennis world started paying attention, carefully, cautiously, the way it does when something unexpected keeps proving itself. Then came the real test, the transition to the Pro Tour. This is where most prodigies stall, where raw talent collides with experience, where seasoned pros bring years of battle scars no junior trophy can prepare you for. Alex didn't stall. She accelerated. Within 12 months, she surged from outside the top 140 into the top 30. She beat Madison Keys. She pushed Coco Gauff to the edge. And then she delivered the kind of result that shakes an entire sport, taking down Swiatek, the most dominant player of her generation. That wasn't just a win. It was a signal. To sponsors, to federations, to investors scanning the global sports landscape for the next transformational figure. She wasn't a future project anymore. She was already the product. The Philippines reacted instantly. Pride surged across the country. Fans who had never followed tennis started flooding social media. Brands across Southeast Asia began circling. And somewhere in Riyadh, a very different conversation began. To understand what came next, you have to understand what the public investment fund actually is. This isn't a typical corporation chasing quarterly profits. It's the sovereign wealth engine of a nation, backed by government authority, ambition, and hundreds of billions in assets. This is the same force that reshaped global sports, acquiring Newcastle United, launching Live Golf, hosting the WTA Finals in Riyadh, signing global icons like Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, and Neymar. The pattern is clear, strategic, intentional, and now it had landed on a 20-year-old from Manila. The number surfaced the way these things always do, quietly, then all at once. $1 billion. 10 years. But this wasn't just prize money or appearance fees. It was something bigger. A full-scale personal contract touching every part of her career. Exclusive endorsements in key markets, mandatory appearances at Saudi-hosted events, ambassador roles tied to national projects, media and content obligations, youth development partnerships, and at the center of it all, her story. Her rise from underfunded courts to global contender, positioned as the human face of a nation trying to redefine how the world sees it. The number alone demands context. Serena Williams, arguably the greatest in the sport's history, earned about $94 million in prize money across her entire career, with total earnings surpassing $300 million, including endorsements. This offer would surpass that in a single deal, before Alex had even won a Grand Slam singles title. When her team received it, the reaction wasn't celebration, it was hesitation. Because at that level, money stops being just money. It becomes a question. What are you willing to become? The debate exploded globally. Human rights organizations raised concerns about lending legitimacy to a controversial system. Tennis legends struggled to balance opportunity with principle. And in the Philippines, the reaction split in two, pride and unease colliding in real time. For 11 days, Alex stayed silent. Then came a 4-paragraph statement, carefully worded, neutral, impossible to decode. No acceptance, no rejection, just space. Behind it all was something far more complex than headlines could capture. A father weighing generational change against legacy, advisors navigating politics and perception, mentors bringing global perspective, and at the center, a 20-year-old athlete trying to decide not just her career, but who she wants to be.